Well, good morning. I just wanted to thank you guys for praying for me and my wife, to those that have been, and we're excited. We're getting better, but something happened to me this week that really blessed me, and I wanted to share it with you, and kind of reminded me of what Jesus was saying in John 17 when he prayed for the disciples and for those that would believe in the word later on, which would be you and me. And I was reading that, and it goes like this in John 17:13. It says, "But now I'm coming to you, and these things I speak in the world, that they may have my joy fulfilled in them. I have given them your word, and the world has hated them because they are not of the world, just as I am not of the world. I do not ask that you take them out of the world, but that you keep them from the evil one. They are not of the world, just as I am not of the world." I love that. I love that text where he talks about us having his joy, having the joy. He's praying for you and I to have joy. And I had an experience that happened to me this week. We went into a restaurant. It was a real busy restaurant. I had called ahead and ordered some chicken soup for me and my wife. And I went in, and there was two people working in there, and they were busy as can be. And you could tell they were having a rough day. And I could handle that a couple of ways. One, I started thinking, well, I could get mad, which you tend to do that when you've been standing waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting, and you realize that, well, maybe I made a mistake ordering here. Or I could handle it from a positive perspective. I could keep my joy and my peace and make the situation better. And so I told the young lady when she came, I told her, I said, "Hey, you're doing a good job. Just keep it up and hang in there." And her countenance on her face brightened up, and you could tell it just touched her. And so I took my order and I left. And the next morning I went back over there just to get a couple of breakfast tacos. And when I went through the drive-through, sure enough, she opened the window, and her face and her countenance was, when she seen me, was just happy and full of smiles. And right then, the joy of the Lord hit my heart and told me, I just knew at that moment that I'd made an impact in her life the night before, and the Lord had brought that joy back to me that morning. And I want to encourage you today. Um, we can handle things a lot of different ways, but the best way to do it is to look for good and to look to bring joy in people's lives. And so I want to encourage you this week to speak into somebody's life, to bring the joy of the Lord into somebody's life, make a difference in their life. I mean, there's a lot of different ways of looking at things. You can look at things from negative, or you can look at them from positive perspective. But speak into somebody's life today. That's my prayer for you today, that the joy of the Lord will fill your heart and that you'll be able to bring that joy to others. Well, God bless you. Hope to see you soon. Amen.